I got super inspired by this example and I wanted to see if I could recreate it live using AI tools, the ones that I know. And I couldn't believe that this worked so perfectly besides one error, which became a huge learning experience. All right, let's see if we can recreate this and be creative by using a reference. And this is a video put up by Pika Labs, and there's some really cool AI stuff with mix of real human filming. Like this, they take a picture of the cat blows up, but the human's there laughing. It's so cool. But my favorite scene is coming up and right here. Let's replicate this. So it starts from this view of a window, right? And then it expands into this like apocalyptic world. But anyways, let's see if we can recreate this. I'm the AI surfer. I went from 0 to 1 million followers online with an experiment with AI as my thought partner. It worked so well that I lost my purpose. I got depressed. I realized that AI was going to be better at literally everything than me. I had an existential crisis and I had to reframe my relationship with the computer, with AI, and put on a different pair of glasses to be able to see through different lenses. And I believe that everybody's going to go through this crisis because I've been really close with AI. I know the world is not as close as I am. And I just want to help people see AI a little differently once they experience that AI is just going to be better than them. And now it's really inspiring me to teach this new principle of letting AI handle 90% of all tasks, all the heavy lifting, where you can focus on that 10% that truly matters, the 10% that you love in your business, and then hopefully get to the goal of where literally you're waking up every single day, spending 100% of your life on the things that you love. First thing I want to do is recreate this scene. And I think to be creative, you just try a bunch of tools. So on Midjourney, we now have the ability to add omni-reference. And omni-reference allows us to throw in an image and then we're able to create a lookalike image from one reference. So I'm just going to throw this into omni-reference. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try to just prompt one right away. So I'm going to say like, a old wooden house looks really rustic. I'm gonna say very symmetrical scene with a window in the middle of the frame. Inside the window is a man wearing all black and a black hat talking on his cell phone. So let's just see if this works. If not, then we have other strategies, and I'm just going to make it 16:9 so it looks good on YouTube. So let's create this and just see what happens, because just knowing what tools to try is part of the battle in being creative with AI. Okay, so we have some scenes here. We have this scene, which is actually pretty funny. So I think that could work, right? Because we're trying to replicate, this. She's dancing. I am on my phone in this scene. So perfect, that worked. Now let's try to use this feature. Let's just click edit because we need to get that zoomed out frame. So we have this one, right? We'll upscale that. I'm gonna subtle upscale. Now I'm gonna click edit and let's really take this to the extreme and see if we can actually, how far we can go with just this feature in Midjourney, right? Let's see if we, let's see if we can actually make this zoom all the way out where it shows a rusty house and in the middle of an apocalypse. So this might work, this might not work. If it doesn't work, then there's other ways to get around this. Okay, I have literally zoomed out the canvas so far, and now I'm gonna reprompt this, and I'm gonna go, oh boy, I'm gonna go a wide angle shot of a old rustic wooden house. The scene is very symmetrical. It's a spelling. Who needs spelling? Apocalypse. I have no idea how to spell apocalypse. Okay, apocalypse. Apocallypse. Okay. It's an apocalypse scene, electric wires are fallen on the ground. The sky is eerie orange, and there are a bunch of burnt cars in the scene. There is only one house, which is the wooden house. Now, this is an idea I had, and if this doesn't work, then again, I have methods to try to fix this. So right now we're on a roll. Like, all of this is working so far. So the image has come together, which is pretty dope, not gonna lie. Wow, look at that one. So I'm up here in this scene. That one's cool. That one's so cool too. Oh, I don't know. I mean, if you guys were here with me, what would you choose? This one's really cool. I do really love this one. It looks very cold though. I'm not a cold person. This one is, I don't like being so tall up there. A little scared of heights. This one is very symmetrical and cool, but this one gives me some sort of feeling. I really love that car. I think this one's perfect. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to list to the gallery, and I'm going to now wait on Midjourney to upscale this image. Okay, so now I have these images upscaled, and I'm going to save them both. Okay, so I have this image and I have this image. I just want to make sure that this is actually in a good YouTube format. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this image, and then I'm going to open up Photoshop. And inside Photoshop, I'm just going to click new and then clipboard, and I'm just going to paste it, right? So now I got my Photoshop, and I don't know anything about Photoshop other than one specific tool. Actually, I know two. So the crop tool. And then up here, my ratio 16:9. I just want to make sure that this is a good crop. So it's not. So I want to expand this image a little more to make sure that it's actually fit within this 16:9 crop without losing any of my fun scene. So I'm just going to keep on expanding this. I'm going to reposition this to be right in the center. I want it just perfectly center aligned. And then I'm going to do generative expand this scene in a minimal way. And so far this is all working. I haven't had to think of like workarounds or other tools that I can try. Okay, cool. Now this is expanded. So I'm going to export this image here, and I'm just going to call it expanded view. This is kind of sloppy right now. We're just going for it, trying to make this as quickly as possible. So the next thing I need to do is I need to do the animation so it zooms out to my scene. And this is cool. If I wanted to do some fire, that would have been really fun to do, but my scene doesn't have any fire. So what would I do at this stage? Well, I need a first and last frame animation. So I would probably first go to Kling. Kling is really good, but there's Runway, there's Higgs Field, there's so many. And again, I think it's just your knowledge of what AI tools are out there helps with your creativity. And I'll wrap this up at the end of what I really believe is the reason that I can be creative with AI. So I'm just going to go to video, and then I'm going to do this start and end frame. So 2.0 model doesn't do it yet, unfortunately. I can't wait until 2.0 does start and end. It's going to be insane. So I'm going to upload my very first start frame, and that is this one right here. This is going to be me talking in the window. And then I'm going to upload my end frame. And my end frame is the one we just expanded, that expanded view. Okay, cool. So now I have my start and end frame. Now, here's what I think is the magic. I'm going to screenshot this, and I'm just going to screenshot it to my clipboard. And you can do this using DeepSeek, but personally, I like ChatGPT, and I also have the pro version, so I use 4.5. I love 4.5. I'm going to paste this in, that screenshot where it shows the left frame and the right frame, and I'm going to say, you are a AI animation expert in creating seamless and smooth prompts. The attached image you see is a man sitting in the window on his phone, and then the last frame is a zoomed out scene of the house in a I gotta spell that word again, apocalyptic. Oh boy, come on. I just, get smart with it here. In an apocalypse. Please help me create a prompt that would seamlessly connect these two frames where it looks like a camera is on a dolly zooming out the shot. So I'm just going to use ChatGPT to help me with this. Okay, cool. So I have my first prompt. And if this doesn't work, that's okay, because the magic is when you actually get some errors. So I'm gonna paste this in here now. And then down in the negative prompts, if you scroll down here, I'm just gonna do like blur, distortion. I usually just do that. And I'm gonna generate, and hopefully this works first try. If not, we'll fix it. Or we'll try another set of tools. All right, let's watch it. Okay, that was not good. That was not good because it was, okay, there's some errors here. One, it's so quick, right? And that might be because we only did 5 seconds, but there's warping, and also he's like on the first floor and the second floor. So what I want to do now is I want to fix this. So I'm going to come back to ChatGPT, and this is our first error, right? This is our first issue. So I'm simply going to describe, I'm going to say, please fix this prompt based on the issues have. Now watch this. This is magic. You are my AI thought partner to create the perfect prompt to animate between a first frame and last frame. Ask me one question at a time if you don't understand exactly what I'm trying to create. So then I'm going to say, here is the original prompt, and I'm just going to paste in what we said here. And then now I'm going to say, here is the errors getting. So 1, when zooming out, it's really fast. I want it to be slow and smooth. And I'm using whisper flow to speak into my computer. 2, the man is on the second floor of the building. In this animation, it's putting him on the first floor, and there's this weird warping. It's not smooth. And then let's see, was there anything else wrong with it? I mean, this part's all good. Yeah, so I think, let's try that. I think we're good. So let's see if it can fix this prompt. If not, it's gonna ask me some questions, right? Let's address this step by step. Okay, so it is gonna ask me some questions. When you mentioned the zoom out is too fast and needs to be slow and smooth, how long approximately would you like the zoom out sequence to last? All right, well, let's just say 10 seconds. Go for a longer iteration of this video. The man should appear clear on the second floor, but currently is shown incorrectly on the first floor, causing warping. To fix this, do you want the camera to explicitly start at the second story window and then smoothly zoom out horizontally and vertically to reveal the full height of the house clearly, or would you prefer a slightly downward angle as the camera zooms out to naturally establish the man's... Yeah, I like downward angle. Let's do downward angle. This whole thing about thought partners is where I spend like 80% of my time. Okay, improved animation prompt. So here we go. All right, so let me copy this new one and let's see what happens. I'm gonna come back to Kling. I'm gonna paste that in, and then I'm gonna make sure my output is 10 seconds now, and let's generate this. Okay, here we go. Here's the new generation. Oh, we did it. We did it with just 2 iterations of the prompt. And you could even clean this up a little bit more, like there's a little bit of warping, right? Right? Oh, actually, no, it's good. This is good. Boom. We just recreated that scene all before dinner. So next experiment, we'll maybe add some sounds. Who knows what we'll get into, but I like doing this like over the shoulder viewing so you guys can actually see the full experimentation, because the people that are good at AI are good at experimenting and, more importantly, making quick iterations on the failures. So I want to have this like camera over the shoulder experience for you all to really understand how I do it.